Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Just taking a look at the srt4. Those of you that have been following the build, following the videos, know that we got this car about 6 months ago. In a couple days, it'll be 6 months. I knew getting it, I knew going into it that it was going to be a total rebuild, so that's really no surprise. It seems like the more we took apart, the more we fixed, the more we redid, the more issues that we found. So again, not a big surprise. We kind of knew what we were getting into when we bought it. But like I said, those of you that have been following the build know that in the last 6 months we've did the engine rebuild, so totally rebuilt the engine, totally rebuilt the transmission. Just got some parts in from Modern Performance to rebuild the whole suspension. We've also done a bunch of little things here and there. So replace the headlights, fog lights, fix the intercooler piping, boost leak tested everything, found a number of leaks in a bunch of different spots, new blow off valve, new cold air intake, relocated the battery to the trunk so I can get some more room in here for transmission stuff. While I took the bumper off to work on the intercooler and replace these headlights and fog lights, we did find that the upper core support is really twisted. It's pretty dented. It's not sitting even. And you can see here that even with the new headlights, the bumper just doesn't sit anywhere close to where it's supposed to be. And we can see that this front core support here has a big bulge right here, and it's been bent inside right here. I know the radiator's leaking. It's not leaking bad because I can fill up the radiator and the coolant overflow, and it really doesn't lose very much, but it is leaking, so that is something else that we'll have to fix. But we'll do that all at one time. The AC compressor isn't working right now either, and it's coming up to summertime. We definitely have to get that fixed. So we'll do the front core support, the radiator fans, and the AC compressor all at one time. We'll probably end up getting a new bumper as well, just so that everything on the front end fits the way it's supposed to. Let's see. So like I said, we just got some new parts from Modern Performance, which is pretty much where we get all of our parts from. That'll be a front sway bar, rear sway bar, new end links, bushings, front wheel hub bearings, a new coolant overflow tank, just because that one's ugly and messed up and the cap doesn't sit right, so it smells like coolant, so we'll just replace that one. Let's see, what else did we get? New clear timing belt cover, so that way the timing belt is covered up and you don't have any risk of anything getting inside of it while you're driving, which would be a catastrophic failure. I don't really like the guys that leave the timing belt cover off and leave the timing belt exposed, because it's just, you're asking for issues. These are the BC coilovers, so we'll do adjustable BC coilovers on all four corners. We'll probably drop the back about another inch or so, just so that there's no rake towards the front. Everything will be, even. These rims and tires are already 17 by 8s, so I don't know if I'll be able to go any wider. We'll kind of have to see if we can go maybe like a 17 by 8.5 or something, just to get as much bite on the road. These front wheel drive turbo cars, when you dump a lot of horsepower in them, you get a lot of torque steer, so we'll try to get as much traction as we can. I still know that I have to replace this hood, because this carbon fiber hood is dented and messed up and doesn't sit right, but part of that is the front core support. It's obvious that it was in either at least 2 front end low speed collisions, whether they hit something or something hit the previous owner, I'm not sure, but it's obvious that everything's kind of twisted up front and needs to be all the way cut out and replaced. So we'll do the suspension all the way around, and then we'll deal with the front core support, radiator, fans, AC compressor, all that stuff, so that we know it's staying cool and we have air conditioning for the summertime. And then next thing is to do wheel wood brakes all the way around on all 4 corners. Not only does that give you better braking, it's lower rotating mass, so it actually increases the horsepower to the ground, because your engine doesn't have to turn as heavy of stock brakes, stock calipers, stock rotors. Everything's lighter with these wheel wood setups. So we'll do those next, and we still have to deal with some rust underneath. There's still a ton of stuff to do. So like I said, those of you that have been following the build know that there's still another year or two worth of work left to do, but that's about it for now. I'll post this one. If you guys have any questions or any advice on anything, definitely let me know, and we'll see you on the next video.